This video I'm going to explain a little bit about the operation of the Iris paddle, as it's known in the industry. So the normal operation is that you can pull the Iris down by pulling the paddle all the way to the back, and then you can take it all the way to the front. And that's the same for all four cameras. You can see here with just looking at all four cameras, I'm just moving the Iris backwards and forwards on each of the cameras. And this particular camera here, this fourth camera, is a Blackmagic Micro Studio camera with a one of those Panasonic lenses on it, and it steps. But the other three cameras have got Fujinon lenses on it. This particular camera here has got a Blackmagic Studio camera, and the other two cameras are Blackmagic Ursa broadcast cameras. So, and they've all got Fujinon lenses on them, so you get full analog control of the lenses, and just simply by just moving the paddles to the position that you want, you get your Iris control. Now the Iris control is displayed on the touch screen, and you can see there's a little marker here. And that marker there shows you the position of the Iris of the lens on the lens, which is also displayed using the f-stop display there. So by selecting cam 1, you can see the Iris on the lens is going all the way open to all the way closed. That's f1.8 all the way down to f23. And as displayed on that little device, or the little marker over here. Now next to there you'll see there's the red marker, and I mentioned this before. This red marker here indicates the range that this Iris control is going to give you, and that range of the Iris control is defaulted to fully closed to fully open. And as you can see that with the, let's preview the camera, you can see it goes all the way closed, all the way open. And that gives you the full range of your f-stops. Now you may need to reduce the range, especially when you're at really bright days. And I've got some extra lights on here, so we got a really bright scene for all these cameras to look at. So we have the ability to be able to reduce the range, so we're still going to be able to get the full top to bottom control of the Iris, but we don't want to be going all the way open and all the way closed on the lens. So what we're going to do is we're going to just using the yellow knob here, which is a system adjuster, we can change the range of the Iris control. And I'll demonstrate that now. So if I just get the Iris control, the adjuster control, and just push it in and wind it down, you'll see the red bar is now coming down in size. So I'm just going to go down to about it's about a third, quarter. And so now, and when I move the Iris, you'll see just that range display is showing you the position of the full Iris range of the camera, and you can see the Iris range is sitting inside that red box. So as I now, if I open that up, zoom back out again, as I move the Iris all the way from one end to the other, preview it, you'll see it's not going all the way closed to all the way fully open now. It's just going a range within that Iris control. And of course, if we've now just not able to go fully open, we can actually change the position within that range of this Iris. So if I want it to go more open, all I do is that I can hold my finger on the shift button and then push the Iris back. I'm doing this one-handed, which is very difficult. And now I can then move the Iris, and you can see I go more open. So basically what it does is when you hold your finger on the shift button, it disables the iris control itself from doing any lens change. So it gives you the ability to be able to position this iris control anywhere within the lens's iris range. So if I want to go even more open still, I'm just going to push it all the way open, and then I'm going to hold my finger on the shift button, and then I'm going to pull the iris back down again, if I can do this one-handed. And now when I push the iris open, it goes even more open. It's much easier to show you if I can use two hands, but I can't. But you get the idea of it. So now as I move the iris, I'm only just moving it within that certain range of exposure. And of course I can do the opposite. I can bring the iris back, hold my finger on the shift button and move the iris forward. And now when I move the iris down, you'll see I'm using a lower range on the exposure. And of course I can then bring that back up to get a more range just by coming back and adjusting the yellow knob. And now you'll find that when I do the iris over here, well, let's zoom out again. You see I've got a lot more range now. And just while I'm down there, I can show you using the adjusting the pedestal. I can also do the pedestal range as well. So if I just pull the pedestal down, and this is going to be very difficult one-handed, and hold my finger on the shift button and bring the pedestal back up again. Now the pedestal's in a different range. So basically that's what you'll have. And I don't know if you notice or not, I'll just show you this when I zoom in here. There's the f-stop, showing you the f-stop of the iris. And when I adjust the range, you'll see as I push my finger down on the yellow button over here, you see it changes, the word changes to range, and it shows you the range between 0 and 100%. So there's 100%, gives you full range, and then as I wind it down, you can see the red bars reducing. And you can, so that way there you can, if you're like operating at a certain range, you just remember, you know, if you're operating at 50%, there's the range, and then I always zoom the wrong way on this, and then that's at 50%, so you can see it's not going overexposed and it's not going too low, so it's midway, a midway range. I tend to like it around about 25 to 30. But if you've got if you're outside and you're doing a shoot with clouds coming and going, you may need a bigger range because you're going to need a wider range on your iris. And so there it is. I'll be showing another video shortly on the preview functions of the buttons. That's in another video.